On this podcast, we talk about the books, both old and new, that are worth putting on your to-be-read list. I'll include the back cover synopsis, content warnings, as well as my pro and con list. To avoid any spoilers, head over to my Instagram at enjoylifewithme.angela. I'd love to hear your thoughts on these books. Let's jump in for the day. Today we're going to be talking about the children's books that we've really enjoyed this month. Because somehow we're at the end of another month and it shocks me every time. And I feel like I've become my parents every time I say this. But I guess that's what happens when you hit your 30s. Anyways, so we're going to start with my son's favorite book this month. It was called Grumpy Monkey Yuck by Suzanne Ling and illustrated by Max Ling. The monkey is hungry and wants a banana, but the only food available is a bell pepper, and it's this monkey being forced to try it because it's not better than a banana, but it is better than nothing. And my kids used to eat bell peppers like they were apples, and then we hit a picky phase, and while we're trying to pull out of this, I figure exposure is the best way to start that. So we are starting with these kind of books where someone else is trying new foods. If you want another one like that, there's a Pete the Cat book, and I think it's like the Yucky Banana. So stuff like that. There are lots of them out there if you're in the same phase we're at. My daughter's favorite book is called Dear Little Princess, My Dreams for You. And it's a Disney book. I didn't notice if there was an author there at all. And it's just the different princesses drawn as younger versions of themselves with sayings like, I hope you're not afraid to stand out, stay open to adventure, let your imagination soar. It's a very cute board book that I loved. It was very sweet. And it was fun for her to like guess who the princesses were based off of, these drawings, because they were younger versions of the princesses. Very cute. Now, I'm going to list two books as my favorite, but I'm going to say it's fine because it's the same author and they have a similar theme to them. So in the first book, it's called The Dot by Peter H. Reynolds, and it's a little girl that thinks she can't draw, but with encouragement starts to draw dots, and she does amazing things with this. And then she ends up encouraging someone else to continue to do art, who thinks that they can't draw either. Because she just started by like stabbing a paper with a pen and making a dot. And then she's like, well, I can do better than that. And so you use colors, and then you can do different mediums, and then you get different concepts of it. It's a really cool way to see that it's not necessarily skill. It's repetition of doing it, being creative, trying out different things. And I loved the message of it. Because at the end, it was like the kid's like, well, I can't even draw a straight line with a ruler, which that's me. And that's okay. So she's like, okay, start there. And I liked the idea of the book. And the other one by the same author is called Ish, I-S-H. And it's a little boy who loved drawing, but then someone made fun of it. And he stopped doing art. And it was only when his little sister gave him a new perspective that he started again. Because she was keeping all of these pictures that he had crumpled up and thrown away. And she had this gallery of all of these crumpled up pictures in her room. And it was super sweet. And she's like, well, it-ish looks like the thing he was trying to draw. And so he just kind of used that. It doesn't have to be perfect. And so he began doing art again and writing and just kind of living life and not being a perfectionist and just enjoying the process of it. Because as long as it's ish, that's good enough. And I just thought it was a really cute book. We had just grabbed these two books at the library, and I love them. I'm probably going to buy a copy of them for our own home library because I just thought they were just so wonderful in concept. I feel like there's a lot of really touching themes in children's books that are harder to find in adult books as you get older. So I would love to hear what children's books you are reading. Let me know. I will make sure my clickable link tree is in the show notes so that you can come find me on social media. I'd love to hear what you're reading. And as always, I'll talk to you soon. Happy reading.